Clefairy Commotion. Don't really know what to expect from this event. I don't know if it's going to be like a spotlight hour or if it's going to be like a community day or so. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting little adventure. We're going to see what we're going to get. Hopefully, you guys will get an idea. Okay, so it's similar to I don't know, a spotlight hour. There is Clefairy spawning, but it's hard to say whether or not they're shiny boosted or not. I guess we'll find out. So we have a few spawning. It seems like not every single spawn becomes one of the Clefairies, but yeah, I guess we'll see how we go. We do have a bunch of shiny Clefairies already. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know that we managed to get ourselves a shiny Clefairy clutch in our Clefairy Spotlight Hour when we did have it. We got it in like the last minute or something like that. It was some ridiculous thing, but how's everybody doing today? So how we doing, James? How we doing, Crispy? How we doing, Aiden? Hopefully we'll get some more people popping in shortly. Stream is working properly tonight, which is good to see. So we'll see how we go. But how is everybody doing? Grab some research tasks. Hopefully they'll be for this event, or no, they'll probably be for the psychic event more than likely. Is this like a comm day or something? Don't really know. This is the first time that we've had an event like this, so it's going to be a adventure. So we're sort of going to figure out what it's like together, whether or not the shiny odds are like full boosted. As you can see, there are Clefairy spawning, but there are still other things spawning as well. So I guess we'll start walking, and I'll keep an eye on the spawns. We'll see what we get, see if the shinies have been boosted, all that sort of stuff. See if it's going to be worth staying out for the whole 3 hours, or if we'll wrap it up early, or yeah. So like I said, we're adventuring together today, so we're going to figure out all this stuff as we go. Try to put my hat on quickly since it is a little bit windy. Hey Zachary, how you doing, dude? Second while I tuck all my bloody hair into my hat. That looks good enough. We'll go with that. All right, let's get into this. Make sure that I have my keys in my pocket. Yes, luckily. Let the adventure begin. You hoping that I get a shiny tonight? Good old shiny Pokemon. Whistling. Someone's whistling. It's good to see that there is actually other stuff spawning as well, because if we're lucky, we might actually end up with a shiny Igleam. Or Elgleam. So that is a shiny that I would like. Even though I was looking at it earlier, like some people that had got the shiny for it, and I was like, it's such an average shiny. Like, there's nothing to it, really. It's okay, dude. I knew what you meant. Hey, Pokebars, how you doing? You've been awake for 27 straight hours? Dude, like, why? Have you been using drugs that you shouldn't be using? Because if so, don't do that, dude. Drugs are bad, okay? What's my favorite shiny? Charizard. Nice and easy. Like, Charizard is my favorite Pokemon, favorite shiny. I'm simple, okay? I don't like to go too far out of my boundaries. Now, Gen 1 is my generation, so I made all my choices back in the day, and I haven't changed them since. Hey, Becky, how you doing? This event is the Clefairy Commotion. There's no Clefairy spawning at this particular moment. There was some back on the stops back there. So, yeah, supposedly there's supposed to be an abundance of Clefairy spawning. Like, I'll show you guys the news so you know what's going on. yeah, this is what's supposed to be happening tonight. Clefairy Commotion, the Harvest Moon is almost upon us, and with that comes the gathering of fairy Pokemon Clefairy. Clefairy has been spotted gathering all over the world, preparing for the full moon. It seems that a special celebration is about to begin. So from 6 p.m. tonight until 9 p.m, Clefairy will be spawning more frequently in the wild. If you're shiny, you may be lucky to encounter a, yeah, you know what I'm saying. If you're lucky, you may be able to encounter a shiny. My head not work tonight. So essentially, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a spotlight hour, but for 3 hours, and not quite a spotlight hour because there's other things spawning as well. So, hey, Soul Mars Gaming, how you doing? And Sydney, welcome in, guys. Good to see you both. How you doing today? Your best buddy is shiny Charizard. Nice. Hey, there's a Clefairy. Oh my god. I do like the sky at the moment in the game. It is looking crispy, very crispy. I wish the sky was like that all the time, just like galaxy looking type of stars and stuff. Good evening, sending you lots of shiny vibes. Thank you, Sydney. I had cops come to your house last night. Your neighbor called them. Why? Were you making too much noise or something? Noise complaints. Oh, it's a little bit crispy. Like, cold. Very cold. I should have grabbed the jumper before I left. I was like, nah, I'll be alright. I should have grabbed the jumper. I'm 5 minutes in and I'm already freezing. I'm just like, oh damn. I had 3 hours of this. This is going to be fun. Hey Mahal, how you doing, man? Welcome in. You had work today, it sucked. Yeah, unfortunately, if you don't enjoy your job, it always seems like it drags on forever, doesn't it? Give me 2 seconds, guys. Actually, hang on, I'll have to wait until I've got somewhere I can put the phones down for a second, because I'm gonna have to do my jacket up so I'm not freezing so badly. Now I'm tempted to, given that we're not getting just Clefairy spawning during this, I'm going to chuck on my daily incense and see if we can draw in maybe a Galarian bird if we're lucky. We'll see. Because yeah, we might be lucky and it might do more than just bring in Clefairies. We won't get it. No. They haven't mentioned that there's any special moves, so I'm assuming not. Usually when we get special moves like that, they mention it, that we will get the special move. Yes, you were having a fire and a piece of wood has hit the fence, so it rocked up on my roof. So they yelled at him and caused everyone to dog. Okay. Just typical neighbor crap. That sucks, dude. Sorry to hear you don't have great neighbors. So do I play any other games other than just Pokemon? Yeah. I haven't been playing anything recently. But yeah, I play other games quite frequently. Like I was saying the other day during stream, because somebody was asking me if I played any other mobile games. I was like, not really any other mobile games. I'm more of like a PC gamer. So if I'm not playing Pokemon Go, I'm usually playing a PC game or something like that. Hey Evolution, how you doing, dude? Welcome in. Yeah, I was thinking of getting back into doing maybe some horror games or something for you guys. Like horror game videos and stuff. Would that be something like reacting to horror games? Would that be something that you'd like to see? I'm just not scared of horror games like you see other people being scared of them. Never really have been for some reason. They just don't really scare me. Daniel, how you doing? Other shiny retire? I'm not sure yet. We've only started 10 minutes ago, so we haven't really encountered enough to say yes or no yet. I will let you know whether or not the shiny odds have been boosted if we encounter one, sort of soonish sort of thing. My thoughts on Fortnite? I don't like it or hate it sort of thing. I've never actually played it myself. I think it's more of a game aimed at younger people, like, you know, kids. I don't really, but I also said that about Minecraft, and I didn't play Minecraft until like 5 years ago or something like that. And then I actually enjoyed Minecraft. I was like, this game's actually cool. But yeah, I'm not really into Fortnite. That's for the younger generation. Hope you're doing well. No on the drugs, but you watched the full season 5 of Cobra Kai 6.5 hours straightish. Okay, fair enough. Just on the binge. A binge of a different type. You're not binging alcohol or drugs or anything, you're just binging television, which is equally as bad for you, just so you know. Here, listen to me being an adult and all grown up and stuff. An adult and grown up. I'm accomplished. I can do two things. Yeah, binge watching TV can be bad for you sort of thing. But it's more so if you're like snacking and stuff while you're doing it. What is my instant spawn? Drowsy. Oh, I didn't mean to type that. That's all good, dude. How is it so light for you? Pretty dark here in New South Wales? I don't know. It just is. It should be relatively the same, given that we're on the same coast of Australia. So I think it's because you guys are closer to the equator. So that might have something to do with it. Then you'd think that your light would be... You would be brighter, given that you... I don't know. I can't actually say. All I know is in Queensland, even though Queensland is on the same coast as New South Wales and Victoria, and that they don't have daylight savings just because they are closer to the equator. So their days are already long enough. They don't need daylight savings like we do down here. Because that's the only reason why we get daylight savings, just because we're so low to this like southern part of the world that when it's the different parts of the year, we skew further away from the sun, so the days are either longer or shorter. It doesn't happen as much in the equator because there's not as much wobble. What's my favorite PC game? Oh, I wanted to click that. Duskull could have been shiny. I don't know. Don't really have favorite games and stuff like that. I just have games that I've enjoyed playing. I can't really put one ahead of any other one sort of thing and be like, that's a go-to. I mean, I've always got my classic games that I grew up playing, like Doom and stuff like that. I mean, they're always good games. But yeah, I don't tend to favoritize things. I'm like, yeah, I don't make lists. Like, this is my ultimate favorite thing and this is my least favorite thing. It's just, if I like something, I like something. And I like stuff evenly. I don't, tier stuff. Meltan Gaming, how you doing? Welcome in. How are you doing today? Good, sir? Have I ever played Apex Legends? No. No, I haven't played Apex either. I'm not really into, like, those types of games. Like the Fortnite and Apex Legends and stuff, those multiplayer type of shooter games. I mean, I was back in the day, but I was more into like Counter-Strike and stuff like that. So if I was to play a game, I'd probably play stuff like Counter-Strike Go, like CSGO, or Rainbow Six Siege and stuff like that. You know, actual proper shooters, not the the jazzed up shooters where everybody's got special powers and can do all that sort of stuff. I just like basic guns. Simple and easy. Too many flashy things just make the game tacky in a way, I think. It takes away from the tactics of the game if there's too much stuff in it. For instance, like Call of Duty, like when Call of Duty goes over the top and they do stuff like Advanced Warfare where people can walk on the ceiling and all that sort of stuff, it's too much. It's just basic shooters. I just want to shoot somebody in the head and then get points for it, okay? That's it. Like Halo. Never really played Halo. That was an Xbox game. I didn't really play Xbox. I was like, back in the day, when I was on consoles, I was a PlayStation person. So yeah, never really played that. When I was playing games like that, I was playing games like Quake Team Arena and like Unreal Tournament and stuff like that. They were cool games. I miss those games. This event ends at 9 p.m. Yes, Dental, it does. So it goes from 6 until 9. So it's basically like a community day, but later in the day. Yeah, it's got community day hours. It's more like a spotlight hour, but we don't know what the shiny odds are. So it's a very odd day, an odd event. Hope you're having a good evening, everybody. You too, James. Hope you're having a good evening, dude. Any shinies yet? Not yet, Jack. We've only been going for 15 minutes. So we haven't encountered an awful lot so far. True, though sometimes you enjoy Apex, you like clamming games and chill tension-free ones. Yeah, see, I think that's the thing about a lot of those games like Apex Legends and stuff like that. They're free to play, but people end up spending so much money that a lot of the time they can be like pay to win. And I think that's what detracts away from them. You got Halo on your PC. I got Halo on the PC as well back in the day as well. Can't remember if it ended up having multiplayer on it or not. I think it might have just been single player. This was like ages ago. This wasn't on Steam or anything like that. Or Xbox Live. No, that'll be on the Microsoft store, won't it? Because it's Microsoft. Wherever it's available. But shiny odds are high. I'm not sure if they're high tonight, dude. Doom from 1979, you think the latest you could buy on Steam? 1979? Don't you mean 1989? 79's probably just a little bit early for Doom. Yeah, the first Doom came out it was like 89 or something like that. I've got that Doom on the computer. I've played that Doom so many times. I've got that, I got Doom 2, I've got like the new ones as well. I've basically got every Doom game that there is on the PC, just because alright, we'll just say that Doom is probably my favourite game. I played that more than probably any other game ever. That and Duke Nukem, like back in the day. They were like the games that I grew up playing. It's very funny, like in the era that I grew up playing video games, there wasn't a lot of parental guidance when it came to video games, so I was younger than a lot of you guys, and I was playing games like Doom and Duke Nukem and stuff like that, heavily adult content, and it's just like, oh well, I'm shooting pigs that are dressed up like police officers and saving scantily dressed women and shooting demons from hell and all sorts of stuff, and it's just like, I'm well balanced, it's okay, I'll grow up to be a perfectly sane human being. Look at me now. Anyone know if Cuphead... yes, Cuphead is on PC. You can get it on Steam. I've been meaning to actually get that. Because I do like that old art style, like the old 50s sort of cartoon art style. Adelheid, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Hello, how you doing? You're coming from Austria. Welcome in. I'm sorry that I can't understand you completely, sort of thing, because I can't read it all, but I can see that you're saying hello, so hello, how are you doing? Welcome in. How was your day? Evening? Morning? What's it going to be for you? It'll be morning for you guys in Europe, won't it? You're not play to win, still don't have them a lot. You like calm and tension-free games more. You get opposed when you get to max level on PvP. What, in Pokemon Go? No, I don't have that. I don't do a lot of PvP, like the actual GBL PvP. When I'm doing PvP, I tend to battle you guys, or I'm doing the Sylph League tournament type of battles and stuff. Stream Cuphead. See, if I was going to do something like that, I'd probably do it over on Twitch. Because, I mean, YouTube is more of, like, the Pokemon content for now. You don't want to vary too much. I don't know, it depends. I've been thinking of maybe adding stuff on a Friday and making it just a free-for-all day instead of it being just a Pokemon day. Make it sort of an open day where it can be, you know, yeah, stream Cuphead or Minecraft or just something like that, something different. Cuphead is hard. Yeah, Cuphead is supposed to be hard. They made it purposely hard. I've read all the stuff about it, like seen all the stuff about how hard it's supposed to be. The bosses are supposed to be just infuriatingly hard. Peeking in. How you doing, CSI? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. You're sorry to dip out so soon, but you're going to go video audition. No worries, dude. Good luck. You may tune in later, but you got to head out. No worries, Jahan. Oh, good, dude. Have a good one. Do you get a pose every season? I think it's just the same pose. I think if you've already got it, because you get it once you get to Legend sort of thing, so it's pretty hard to get to Legend status. It's 3 a.m. I know. I'm sorry about the time difference. Unfortunately, I have no control over the event times that Niantic chooses. Yeah, this is just a weird event because it's Clefairy and it's supposed to be nighttime, even though it's still pretty bright out here, as you guys can see at the moment. The sun is going down, so in the next half an hour it'll be dark. But yeah, it's like full nighttime for you. It's like when the event started, it was like 4 a.m. and 1 a.m. in America or something like that. So, well, 3 a.m. Yeah, yes, you said 3 a.m. So, Yu Chang, how you doing, dude? Welcome in. Good to see you, man. It's fine. You love this time because you're all alone, not being bothered. Sounds like me. I enjoy being up that late as well because it's just like I'm by myself. Nobody else is going to annoy me. That was a pretty useless incense, wasn't it? Oh well. I didn't think I was going to get much out of it. I was hoping we were going to get the bird, but we didn't. Yeah, I find like if I'm trying to work on stuff, it's a lot easier to work at nighttime because I'm not distracted by as many stuff, like as many things. Like there's not people around me making noise and all that sort of stuff. It's just quiet outside, so I can just focus on what I'm trying to do. What's my thought on the two mystery legendaries? It'll be Solgaleo and Lunana. Solgaleo and Lunala. I think that's pretty much been confirmed at this point that it's going to be those two. Like Like, it just makes sense because they're starting to roll out the Alolan Pokemon and stuff like that. So it's about time we got to those Legendaries. We've just had Cosmog being released into the game as well, and Cosmog is like the precursor to Solgaleo and Lunala. So yeah, that's pretty much confirmed at this point, I'd say. Not 100%, like, they haven't actually confirmed it, but I mean, it's, yeah. If it's not those two, I'll dance around naked for you guys on OnlyFans. You'll still have to pay to see it, but are you going to make it Alakazam? Do you want in? Depends on how many people you have, Crispy. Like, if you've got enough people to get it done, then, or if you need that one extra person, I should be able to jump in. I think I've got passes. Yeah. Oh, 7 including you. Okay, yeah, that's plenty. Are you on my friends list already, or? So at this rate, unfortunately, it's not looking like the shiny odds have been boosted significantly, sort of thing. So they could still be 1 in 50-ish. So it could be similar to what it was like during the tours and the Go Fests and stuff like that. But it's definitely not community day odds, I would say, given that we're half an hour in and we don't have a shiny. That's not saying that it isn't, because I mean, that does happen occasionally on community days, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. Given that they're not spawning as commonly, like, they're not the only thing spawning, I don't think that the shiny odds are at that community day. Oh my god, my hands are cold. Can't open my bottle. Water is good. Oh, you need my code. Okay. Try not to add me, guys, because I don't really have space on my list. I'm just adding so I can get invited to a raid. Keep in mind that, as you can see, my friends list is, like I said, pretty full. I do need to go through and clean it out for tomorrow, because tomorrow I will be hosting for the Deoxys raid day. So that starts at 2 p.m. and goes until 5 p.m. So it's another 3-hour event. It's just earlier in the day. So if you guys are interested in getting into Deoxys raids, definitely jump into tomorrow's stream. Nadia, how you doing? Welcome in. Done. Sweet. Crispy lettuce. All right. Sweet as, dude. Just send it through whenever. From what I recall from those raid hours, they don't continuously spawn, but each raid is active for 3 hours. So you have, instead of it being sort of a 45-minute timer, it's a 3-hour timer on every single gym. So every gym will hatch an egg. It's different to a raid hour where you still could have other raids hatching. During these special raid days, every gym will hatch into one of the specific Pokemon that's featuring during the raid hour, during the raid day. They'll all start at the exact same time. They'll all go for 3 hours. But there is a trick. They won't trigger unless there is a trainer with their game open near the actual gym. So if you've got some gyms that are remote to you and no one's going to go near them, sort of thing, you can actually do the raids around you and then go to those faraway gyms and then open up the game, and they'll trigger, as long as it's during that 3-hour period, you'll trigger them and they'll have a 3-hour period, like, timer on them after the fact. So you can still do raids sort of like 2 to 3 hours after the event was supposed to finish by triggering those late raids. I should actually do a video about that, because I could probably explain it a lot better than Any shinies? Not so far. No, we've been going for basically half an hour now. We don't have a shiny. Imad, how you doing? Did you hear the sad news that Clint Sally passed? Yes. Yes, the Queen has died, as the whole world should be quite aware of by now. It's been on every single news station, basically since it happened. I'll get a shiny at 43 catches. How many have I caught so far? No, I knew that it was going to happen, sort of thing, because I jumped onto YouTube the other night and they'd posted up videos sort of like a few hours before saying that she'd gone to hospital and family were rushing to her side and everything like that. And I was thinking to myself, I bet you if I was to turn on the news right now, they'd be announcing that she's passed away. And sure enough, I turned on the BBC News and it pretty much just happened. They were saying that, yep, she's passed. And I was just like, well, there you go. I pretty much predicted that. Love the bird songs. Yeah, it's evening, the sun's going down, so all the birds are doing their night calls as they're getting into roost. To answer your question, you're right, just tired as usual. Yeah, it's super late for you, isn't it, CSI? And I know the feeling, I'm always super tired as well. Oh yeah, she didn't go to the hospital, yeah. I think it was just one of those early report videos that they post up that she was being rushed to the hospital and blah blah, but it's 1:30. Okay, so it's not super late, but it's still late enough. Alright, did we get ourselves a shiny Alakazam? No, that's okay. I already have like 30 of these things, something like that, from its community day. This, I'm pretty sure Alakazam, if I remember correctly, was either the first or the second of the 6-hour community days that when we started getting them as 6-hour days. So it was one of the first ones where I went home with like 30 shiny for a community day. Hey Tam, how you doing? Welcome in. How has your day been? Ooh, not bad stats. I'm pretty sure I do actually have one of these already set up for Mega. Yeah, this is going to be the one that I Mega Evolve once I've got enough candy. It's my level 40, 100%. Oh, we actually do have enough candy for it right now. So, should we do it? Should we Mega Evolve our Alakazam? Hey Jimmy, you're pretty sure the odds for the shiny Clefairy are bad. You thought it was going to be a short mini event, so they raised the odds. Yeah, honestly, I wasn't expecting them to boost the odds for this, because usually when they're going to boost the odds, they don't say that they're going to, but there's a bit more of an indication that they're going to boost the odds. I had a feeling that this was going to be more in line with a spotlight hour where the odds aren't boosted. You're just seeing an increased amount of them spawn for the 3 hours. We'll see how we go. Like, we've only been going for half an hour, so we'll see if we end up with the shiny for the... how you doing? I'm sorry, I can't read your name or what you've written there, but how you doing? Welcome in. 70 mil, how long did that take? Basically since I've been playing the game. I don't spend a lot of Stardust. I could have so much more Stardust than that if I caught everything that I clicked on, but I do shiny checking mainly these days. Yeah, 17 million isn't really that much in comparison to other people. Fleece King has something like 300 million Stardust or something ridiculous like that. So it's like, yeah, my measly 17 million is not a lot. It just seems like a lot. Alright, let's do. Why not? 4,500 CP. Alakazam. Spoon Matrix boy. Basically, he is, you know, that little kid that you see in the Matrix that's bending spoons? That's who he turns into when he grows up. Yeah, don't seem boosted? No. Like, if I could see what people in New Zealand, like, what their odds have been so far, we'd have an indication, because they get the events first, so they'll be 2 hours into it at this point. Spoons. I have spoons. Do you want defense Deoxys? No, I'll just pass on the Deoxys raids for now, given that tomorrow is raid day for Deoxys, so I'll be raiding them all of tomorrow. Sort of thing, what, at least for 3 hours. So I'm sure we'll get more than enough raids done then. But thank you, Fafa. Yeah, it'd be nice if they did boost the shinies for this, because it just seems like a, I don't know, a half-assed event. Like, if you're going to do something like this, at least make it interesting in a way. Like, didn't have to make it the shiny, like, community day shiny odds, but they should have at least boosted it just so there was more of a chance at getting a shiny. Just to make it that little bit more interesting. I gotta charge your phones? No worries. I know that feeling. Quickly check to see, do I need to charge my phones? No. They're all good at this point. You have 19,000... 19,000... 19... That's awesome. Like I said, 17 million doesn't really... Like, it's not as much as you think it is. I do spend, like, a bit of dust these days when I have stuff that I want to power up. Like, I have been powering up some of my bigger stuff. My Mewtwo's and stuff like that. So I should be able to max this out this one out soon to level 50. Only need another 20 XLs, I think. So yeah, when I need to power stuff up, I tend to spin a bit of dust. And these days we get a lot of quests where it's just like power up Pokemon just to complete the quest. And it's just like, it's just a waste of Stardust, but okay, I've got no choice. I have to power up a Pokemon, otherwise I can't finish this quest. Do I need any unknown? No, I would take the unknown raids if they were shiny, but given that they're not shinies, it's just, yeah, it's just a waste of a pass, unfortunately. But if you're asking if I actually need any of them, yes, I still need, I think it's like 6 of them. I've got most of them at this point. Bubble butt. Doesn't take long once the sun goes down. Like, once it starts going down, it was bright and like 15 minutes ago. Now it's getting dark. Oh, the ones that I need are all like uncommon ones that we haven't had during events and stuff like that. I've got the vast majority of the CD, HIK, Z, and then the exclamation and question mark. So yeah, I've got most of all the other ones during events and stuff like that. Oh, got an egg. Wow, that's amazing. Just what I've always wanted. For a second then I was almost surprised. Wouldn't have been a bad little hundo. You need to, because your Pokemon ain't the best at the moment. You're gonna jump off. Hope you have an amazing night. No worries, James. Have a good night, dude. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, I'll see how we're going for the night. Like if it's worth streaming for the whole 3 hours. Like if we're just out here hunting Clefairies and they're not shiny boosted or something like that, and it's just getting dark and cold, we might just stream for like half of it. Stream until 7:30ish or 8ish or something like that, and maybe wrap it up. You found the rarest Pokemon Pichu, but you yourself did not get to it. I haven't seen a Pichu in ages. I've hatched a couple of shiny Pichus. I actually hatched one of the Christmas Pichus, a shiny Christmas Pichu. That's probably one of my rarest hatches. Stepping in the puddles. Oh. Oh. So what do? Step right into a puddle. I think I need flashlights. So I can see what I'm doing now. That would help. So the only problem being down here, there's like no lights. So when it gets dark like this, it's like Niantic do it on purpose. They're trying to make step into puddles and stuff. Every single comm day is at this time of night. Not comm days, spotlight hour. You feel like Pichu just went extinct like all those birds millions of years ago. Guess they can say a two with one stone. No, I think they just figured that everybody's had all the babies at this point, so they're just going to give them a bit of a rest, because there's only so many things that they can put into eggs. But I don't know all the babies in 5k eggs these days, or is it just some of them? I don't really keep track of the egg pools because I hardly hatch eggs. Because it is the worst way of trying to get shinies and that in the game. Most expensive, most time consuming, and least rewarding way of trying to hunt shinies. Hey Diana, how you doing? How was your morning? It'd be nice if we could get a shiny of some description. It's a lazy one this morning. Nice. I had a reasonably lazy day today as well. I mean, when I say lazy, it's like I still did a workout and stuff like that. So it was sort of lazy, but I didn't shower until like 3:30 or something like that. I was like, I'll just shower later. Got to the point where I was like, maybe I should have a shower before I come out and stream, just because Yeah, I look like a bit of a hobo that hasn't showered yet. 4 cups of tea already. I'm surprised you're not flying around the house. I mean, it's not coffee, so... But that's very British of you. Cups of tea in the morning. So I suppose that's a thing we should ask you, Diana. How are you feeling about the passing of the Queen, given that you are from that part of the world? Has it impacted you, or are you one of those people that don't really care? Or like, it's not that you don't care, it's just, you know, it doesn't bother you like some other people. Not getting a lot of spawns along here at the moment either, which is... You're sad about it, but you're more sad about Diana as she had the same name as you. Fair enough. Ooh, we've actually got a wild Kadabra nearby. Oh. A little bit out of reach. Yeah, I think the thing about the Queen is, as well, is the fact that it's been something that's been coming for a while now. I mean, everyone's been expecting her to pass for a while. I mean, given that she's quite an old lady. Princess Diana's thing was more of just, that sudden unexpected death. So I think that's why that was a bit more tragic than... You were young at the time. So was I. I actually still remember when Princess Diana died. I was heading out to the car with my mum. Like, I was only a little kid. We're heading out to the car, and one of the neighbours came across the road, and she's like, "Oh, did you hear the news? Blah, 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 blah." I was like, "What? Oh, what? Oh, okay. No, did not know. Okay, we're going to the... Wherever we were going, I can't even remember where we're going. I mean, it was... What, 20... No, it was like more than that. It was like 25, nearly 30 years ago now. That was a long time. She did everyone proud, the Queen, but at least she went happy, Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, she must have known, sort of thing, that it was time. That's why she went there, sort of thing. I mean, she probably would have had some indication that it was creeping up. Any shinies yet? No, Johan. Unfortunately, no shinies yet. We haven't had a lot of spawns at the moment. Usually this part of the trail, it's not too bad, but it's better during like community days and spotlight hours, because the only thing that's spawning for the most part is the featured Pokemon. At the moment, because we're still getting a lot of other spawns, it seems that a lot of the spawns that are along here are being filled by those other spawns. So unfortunately... So like I said before, guys, we'll keep streaming for a bit. I'll see how we're going in the next half an hour or so, how I'm feeling. If the shiny odds aren't looking fantastic or anything like that, it may not be worth staying out for the whole 3 hours, especially since it's super late for a lot of you guys. Sort of thing, let you guys get to bed and all that sort of stuff. And how many shiny Clefairies do I already have? Clef, Aries, and shiny. Okay, so we already have 4, and as you see, we also have the Clefairy, because I was actually lucky enough to hatch the Clefairy. So honestly, if I evolve one of these, we have the whole shiny family completed. There was something over there that was making noise. There's still something over there that's making noise. I think it's a bush ranger. I better move. It's probably just a rabbit. But it could all... Oh, big puddle. Let's walk around that one, shall we? Too busy looking at the rabbits making noise. What time does it start? 6 p.m. Like a spotlight hour, but it goes for 3 hours, so it goes until 9 p.m. So like I said, guys, I don't know if it'll be worth staying at until 9 p.m. if the shiny odds aren't the greatest. Also, I haven't had dinner or anything, so if I finish up early enough, I can still get dinner on the way home, because everything will be shut by the time I'm heading home, other than McDonald's and Hungry Jack's. Wet foot Jimmy. Wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't cold. You'd come down here during the summertime and wish there was puddles that I could splash around in. Yeah, so for a surprise event, I feel like they could have done this a little bit better. Like, I like the premise behind the idea, like giving us something different, something new. Not too pleased on the time, but given that Clefairy and it's moon worshipping and all that sort of stuff, it makes sense it being a nighttime event. So, you know, you can't really do much about that. But yeah, I think they needed to adjust the shiny odds a little bit and maybe mix it up so eggs were maybe hatching Clefairs a little bit more. Like, you could just pick up 2k eggs that were maybe hatching Clefairs, and Clefables spawning in the wild would have been nice to see as well. Doesn't seem like... yeah, it's just because around here on this part of the trail, I'm not on the Pokestop, so I'm just not getting a lot of spawns. But even before, when I was walking along the stops, there weren't as many Clefairies as you would see during sort of a com day or a spotlight hour. You're still seeing a lot of other spawns as well. But yeah, for instance, like here, out of this cluster, there's like 2 Clefairies and the rest are Pikachus, pretty much. And they should have given us a special Pikachu that was wearing a Clefairy hat. A Clefairy. Had like Clefairy ears on or something like that. It'll be making some people happy. I mean, Nick will be happy tomorrow, since he's Clefairy liking person. The PP. You got a Hundo Cyndaquil, what, from just now, or? If so, well done, dude. Very unexpected. You need this shiny, though. Well, fingers crossed you can get one. Like, sending you the shiny vibes. You do have 3 hours to try and get one. Like I said, we've been going for an hour now and haven't seen a shiny. So I'm assuming that they are not just not weather boosted in the first place. Not weather boosted, just boosted. Oh, well done, Crispy. Nice. Let's see. Did we happen to get ourselves 100% Clefairy? Just maybe? Just maybe? No. No, last hundo was the Weasel. you're just trying to get Cyndaquil and boom a hundo. Nice. I would hold on to it and evolve it when you've got a chance at maybe getting Blast Burn on it, unless you've got an Elite TM that you can burn. It's definitely worth getting Blast Burn on it, because Cyndaquil, it's actually not a bad Pokemon for raids and that. Do I have a Shundo? I have 2 Shundos, not a Clefairy. No, the only Shundos that I have are Milotic and Wailmer. Got the Wailmer during GoFest. The first GoFest, like the global GoFest. It's like the last shiny that I got on the first day, I'm pretty sure. It's just a random Wailmer that I was like, oh great, I got another shiny Wailmer, because I've already got like 5 of them or something like that. So I was like, great. And then I checked the stats and I'm like, oh my god, it's a hundo. It was my first wild Shundo rather. The Milotic I got from the research day, the Phoebus research day. Roltz, I want you as a shiny. Roltz is outside, because we've had a community day for Roltz, but I've had like quite the shiny luck with Roltz outside of community day as well. As you can see, we have an abundance. A wild Espeon. Yeah, they're spawning during this psychic event. They're rare though. I haven't seen one myself. And you got a shiny Roltz like 20 minutes ago. Dude, you're killing it. Well done. Unfortunately, I haven't had a shiny since Inkay research day last weekend. It's been a quiet week for me. I haven't really been playing a lot this week though. Rolls, be a shiny now. I'm warning you. What is Milotic? Milotic is Phoebus's. It's basically Gyarados the second. Milo. Milotic. Oh, you have a Phoebus shiny. I have a few Phoebus shinies now, but this shiny here was the only shiny that I got on the Phoebus research day that we had. I went out for that whole day, like trying to get a shiny. Didn't get one. It was like one of the last research tasks that I collected before the event finished. And I finally got my shiny, and I was just like, oh, thank God. And again, checked the stats and was just like, oh my God, it's a Shundo. Oh. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And for ages, that was my only Shundo. Like I said, it wasn't until the Global Go Fest, like a couple months back, that I actually got my second one. And I have an abundance of shinies. We have over 2,000 shinies. So we have 2,087 shinies and 185 hundos, but yet only 2 of them are shundos. Oh, you have Pikachu? Nice, Ritesh. I saw this ad about allergies, and it was a thing for a toupee thing for dogs, and who remember to say Saturnonyx. My leg, itchy. All right, well, it is basically 7 o'clock now. So that is our first hour done. We don't have a shiny. So I think we can pretty much say that shiny odds have not been boosted for this event. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck an incense on. I'm going to play for another hour until 8 p.m, which is, 2 hours into the event. If we still don't have a shiny by then, I think we'll wrap it up, guys, because I don't think it's going to be worth streaming for the whole 3 hours if the shinies are a bit average in this weather. I don't think it's worth freezing to death over non-shiny Pokemon. Hey Chad, how you doing, dude? You only have one Shundo, it's a Mew, so no complaints really. You actually got a Shundo Mew, dude. Wow. Well done. How did you manage that? Pure luck, I suppose. Nothing else really goes into it. There's nothing else that you can do to... it was luck. Lucky, man. Lucky. I mean, I've almost done the same thing, but with Mewtwo. It's 96% shiny Mewtwo. The Pokegods bless you, yeah. No shiz. Blessed is an understatement. Pokegods got down on their knees and just blessed you, alright? Zero Clefairies are hiding. Yeah, I never have that luck when it comes to legendaries and stuff. That Mewtwo, the shiny one, that's oh no, I suppose I've had some luck, but not shiny, legendary, hundo luck. It's either one or the other. The last hundo legendary that I got was Groudon. And then before that, yeah, I don't really get a lot of hundo legendaries. I think I've only got 3 legendary. Yeah, 3. I would have 4. I had a Latias as well, but it ran from me. So I would have had both Latias and Latios. Groudon, and yeah, Entei was from research, a research breakthrough. Hence why it is under 1500 CP. You have a fairy dog hundo. You're waiting for your 25th as it's your bug show. You love once a year. Your special bug show. Oh yeah, I forgot that you had a whole bunch of bugs and stuff. Any shinies yet? No, unfortunately, evolution. No shinies. We're just over an hour in, so I've just chucked an incense on. And as I was saying to the guys, we'll go for another hour and see how we go with the incense on. If we don't get a shiny, we don't get a shiny. And then, yeah, I'll reevaluate what we're doing for the last hour. But we might just wrap it up instead of streaming all the way through until 9 p.m. because I feel like that's just silly if there's no shiny available. I mean, there's a shiny available, but not boosted. And 98's out the wazoo though. Yeah, I've got a lot of 98s as well. I think I've got 6 98 Mewtwo's just by themselves. There's this one here, which is my best one. And then, yeah, there's how can I search for 3 stars? Just Mewtwo. Mewtwo. And 3-star. Oh. Yeah, so this is another 96%er. I have to go through That one's a 98. That one's a 98. That one's a 98. That one's a 98. That's at least 5. I'm pretty sure there's more in here as well. I've got way too many Mewtwo's. 46 to be exact. Clefairies are a little light in the spawn department. They were for me as well, as you can see right now. We're not getting a huge amount of them. There's still a lot of other things spawning as well. I found there's a lot more of them spawning on Pokestops. So if you have access to Pokestops, that's probably your best bet. But yeah, just randomly, sort of in the wild, they are a bit few and far between because of all the other spawns that are sort of still crowding the locations. You know what? Oh, so I was going to say, I can't even see the moon, but I suppose it's sort of like over there. It's hiding behind a tree and a cloud. I can see the faint glow of the moon, so that's probably why we're not getting any Clefairies or any shinies. There's no moon. What's the best evolution for Curlier? I'd say Gardevoir. Gardevoir is more versatile than Gallade. Like, they're both good, but Gardevoir, I find, is just more useful. I find myself using Gardevoir more often. Your views on the shiny odds for today could be better. They're obviously not boosted. They could have at least boosted them to 1 in 50, sort of like other events, but it looks like they're full odds, which is a little bit disappointing. So yeah, it's really one of those events that if you're lucky, you'll get a shiny, not just encounter 10 Pokemon and you'll get a shiny. You have 1600 legendaries, really? That's awesome. Like, how did you manage to get that many? Just the luck of some people, eh? And what, did you just find a shiny Drowsy as well, CSI? Because if so, well done. I'm actually surprised I haven't seen any shinies this psychic event. Like, I've been seeing Drowsies all over the place, but yeah, I'm just really surprised. No shinies. Maybe tonight we can buck that trend. Why I don't use spoofing? Because I enjoy playing the game legitimately. I could ask you the same question, but vice versa. Why would you want to spoof when you can play any other Pokemon game sitting on the couch and have better success and more enjoyment playing those games? Yeah, Pokemon Go is designed to play while you're out and about in the real world. If you just want to sit on the couch and play a Pokemon game, play Sword and Shield or something like that. That's how I see it. Some are researched, Suicune and Registeel. One was traded, went 100% Kyogre, and the rest were from raids. That's still good luck. I mean, I got really close on my Kyogre as well. That was a traded. This was almost a Shundo. So close. So close to being a traded lucky Shundo. Just like, still I'll take it, 98%. That's a winner. I didn't get as lucky on my Rayquaza, unfortunately. Still good stats, like still 3 stars, but just, yeah, unfortunately not as high as the Kyogres. Because you live in a village and you don't have many Pokestops. That's up to you. Like, if you want to spoof because you don't have access to other stuff, then that's completely up to you. I'm not saying that you shouldn't spoof. I'm just questioning why people do spoof. Like, that's a legitimate reason to want to spoof, because you don't have access to stuff and you still want to be able to enjoy playing the game. Me saying what I said was more for the people that, you know, still have access to stuff, yet they choose to sit on the couch and play the game. It's just like, still, if you want to play that game, I'm not gonna, like, you want to play the game that way, I'm not gonna judge you. You can play the game however you want to play it. But yeah, I just don't really see the logic in spoofing sometimes. But that's all. I don't judge people if they do or they don't. But yeah, personally, I don't spoof because I don't feel I need to. And I enjoy, like I said, getting out and playing the game in person and meeting people and making content for you guys. I mean, it's always more enjoyable being out in the real world and streaming rather than sitting at home and streaming all the time. Not that you guys can really see anything right now because it's dark, but during the summertime when it's light at this time of night and just light in general and the sun's out and all that sort of stuff, I feel like it's good streaming out and about, because some of you guys, it's winter time and you want to see nice sunny environments because it reminds you that, you know, it's still nice somewhere and it's not crappy weather. That's personally, like, well, I like seeing streams like that. If it's winter time, I like seeing people streaming when it's nice weather and stuff, because it's just like, I can't wait till it's nice weather and I can do that. Sick of this cold weather, it's crap. Won't be long, guys. We're in spring now, so it should only, like, by the end of this month, hopefully we'll start getting some decent days, decent sunny warm days. One them on. So we are back at the starting point. So, fingers crossed, we can get this shiny. The grind continues. Starting to warm up in North Queensland, quite nice. But it's always it's always warm in North Queensland, isn't it? And you guys are basically considered the subtropics, so it's... When it gets cold for you, it's still... Did I just step in poo again? I swear to God, I stepped in poo the other day as well when I was down here. People not cleaning up after their dogs. Look, mate, it gets down to single digits. What, once every 10 months? Nah, no, it gets cold. In the tablelands and stuff like that, it gets cold. But still, it's Queensland, and you guys have nice weather, like, all the time. During winter and stuff in Melbourne, it's just grey and crappy, like 24/7. It's like, oh, when will it end? The monotony. About 2 weeks a year, exactly. 2 weeks a year. Gee, I wish 2 weeks a year we got like single digit weather and then it was like 20 degrees plus the rest of the time. That would be just wonderful. Suppose if we keep going with global warming the way that it is, it won't be long. No, I've been doing a bunch of planting and stuff over the last week, just propagating and seeds and stuff. But all the plants that I'm trying to grow are all like subtropical and tropical plants. So they're still struggling a little bit given that it's so cold at the moment. It's not freezing, but it's still a bit cold. So I'm having to keep everything in like greenhouses and have heat mats and stuff like that for it. Hopefully it's not going to be too much longer. But yeah, I've got a whole bunch of seeds that'll hopefully come on Monday or Tuesday for a whole bunch of other stuff that I want to plant. But yeah, they're all the seeds and plants and stuff like that. They're all coming from like Queensland, like a nursery up in Queensland, because of, like I said, they're all basically tropical plants. Tomato plants. No, not tomato plants. Just a whole bunch of rare like vines, and there's like some creeper vines and stuff as well. Just like I said, subtropical type of vines, rainforesty type of plants. There's also some cactuses as well. So yeah, cactuses as well. Cacti, I should say, not cactuses. Are you and the missus are thinking of starting a veggie garden? Definitely worth doing that sort of stuff. One, you teach yourself a skill of like how to like self-sustain, like all that sort of stuff. But it's just a good thing. You're not so reliant on supermarkets and all that sort of stuff. If you grow yourself a bit of veg, just a bit of fruit and veg. And homegrown stuff is always better. Like when we were growing like fruit and veg and stuff like that as well, like we'd have like the cherry tomatoes, and I swear to God, like homegrown cherry tomatoes are always so much better than like the store-bought ones. They're so much more juicier and just filled with flavor, and I used to just sit there and just eat them because you'd have like a big bowl filled with them basically. I'd just sit there just eating tomatoes. Just to cut down on grocery costs. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you can grow yourself, because especially these days, lettuce and everything, like you try and buy a lettuce from the supermarket, one, you got to be lucky to find one, and then when you do, it costs you like $27. So if you can grow yourself a lettuce, you save yourself $27 that you can spend on alcohol. I can buy beers with this money. I can buy this many beers. Oh, falling off the path. Just talking about beers and getting drunk. I haven't had beers in... Wow. Actually, I haven't had a beer now, or any alcohol for that instance, in like a month and a half now, or a month and a bit. So, yeah. So you get it? Now, given that they've just risen the price of alcohol and stuff like that again, got to save money somewhere. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do these days to be self-sufficient. Like, not just growing your own veggie gardens, but I mean, you can even do that, like the beer stuff. Like, you can start brewing your own beer. It's one thing that, like, my old man's done that sort of on and off forever, basically, but more so these days because he's retired. and he's on a pension and that these days he doesn't have, the money to spend on beers constantly, so yeah, he just brews his own and saves him a fortune. So you brew your own beer, you grow your own food. What else can you do? Farm your own animals. You're self-sufficient. You don't have to rely on anybody else. You eat flowers. We all eat flowers. What do you think cauliflower is? If you eat any type of salad, you're eating flowers. Well, we're already 20 minutes into the second hour. That went really quickly. The second hour seems to have gone past so much quicker than the first one so far. You'd think by now I would have learnt to bring tissues with me as well when I'm walking around in the cold. You think it's squiggly lines in China. There's no point putting the Chinese words out there because it's just like, I can't read them. But, okay, nice. Wu Chi Hoi? Hoya? Hua? We'll just call it the flower. Oh, snotty. Ew. Ew, I need a tissue. I'll just wipe that on my pants. You guys can't see it, so it's okay. Probably shouldn't have said anything. You wouldn't have been any the wiser. Thank you, Adamant. I appreciate the raid invites, but unfortunately they're not shiny, so I'll pass on the unknowns. If it was one that I still needed, I would take it, but we have S. You don't know how to make it easier to say. It's not. It's okay. I don't think we really need to know the actual way of pronouncing it. I don't think it's going to come up in conversation or anything too many times in the future. End up getting on some game show like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something like that, and it's the first question that comes up. Ah, damn it! I knew I should have listened to Lachlan. He was trying to educate me and I was just not caring. Here I am going home without $1 million, all because I didn't learn the name of that stupid flower. It's good. It's not as cold as it was before. Well, the sun's gone down, the wind's dropped off a little bit, so it's still cold, but not freezing cold. Well, it's still freezing cold, just not I'm going to freeze to death cold. Hey Patricia, good morning. How are you doing at this incredibly early hour for you? What time is it for you? 3 in the morning-ish? That's a word for flowers in general China. Okay. 5:20-ish. Okay. Super early. In Mandalorian. No shinies. This has been one of those events. on the 14-hour difference right now. Yeah, hopefully it won't be too much longer and the daylight savings is going to start rather. It'll be a bit better for you guys. Also, good morning, Canadian person. How's the commotion going? It's been going, I suppose. Unfortunately, the shiny odds are not boosted for this event. So we're full on shiny hunting something that it's spawning, but as you can see, there's still a lot of other stuff spawning as well. So yeah, it's been a bit of a hit and miss event. I like the premise behind it and them trying to do something new. I just feel like there was a lot more that they could have done with it. It just seems very lacking at this point with the enjoyment in it. It's just, hunting something that's not full, or, it is full odds rather. It's just a little bit meh. Oh my god, get out of my face, bug. Anybody know what 100% weather boosted Clefairy CP is? It'll be different depending on what level it is. Because if it's in the wild, it could be any level. So the IVs will change depending on what level it is. Lachlan says 1073, but that'll be what, level 35? Like I said, when you encounter something in the wild, it's going to be at a random level though. So the chances of you getting one at level 35 are probably fairly slim. Oh god, these bugs keep flying into my eyes. It's just fantastic. Sunday, November 6th is end of daylight or beginning, depending on where you live. I think it changes depending on where you are in the world though as well. I think it's different here in Australia. I think it starts earlier than November. I think it's in like October or something like that. And these bugs keep flying into my eyes. Go away. Away with you bugs. Shoo. That's very nice, Lachlan. But again, I don't even know where to start trying to pronounce that. So it's like, you just got to keep it to English in the chat, dude. It's like, you're one of the moderators. You should know this. English in the chat, dude. There's no point putting stuff that I can't read into the chat because it's just gibberish to me. You really wish they'd killed daylight savings. You hate the hour change in the spring and the fall. Yeah. They've been talking about getting rid of it, sort of thing, just leaving it permanently forward, which would be nice. Because there's not really any point us doing it these days. I mean, back in the day when there wasn't electricity and once it got dark, it was basically pitch black outside. I can understand them wanting to extend the days, but now that we have power and all that sort of stuff, we may as well just leave the days forward and just be done with it. There's no point rolling them backwards and forwards. What, you're typing hello Canadian? Well, like I said, dude, we can't read that, so what's the point of putting it in the chat in Chinese? So please, keep it English in the chat from now on. And where's Emma these days? Lazy girl, never see her anymore. She gotten too big for us. She doesn't want to hang out with the the uncool kids anymore. She's too cool that she has to go to school. School unless she's wagging. She turned into a wagger. What do you mean school? It's Saturday. She shouldn't be at school. So she's just not here because she just doesn't want to hang out with the uncool kids anymore. Exactly. I was just like, hang on, dude, it's Saturday. She's not going to be at school. She's probably sleeping in. No, I haven't seen her in ages. I didn't even see her on the Discord server anymore, so maybe she's just finally decided to move on. If so, I guess we can remove her from the moderator list. She doesn't need to be there anymore. She doesn't help with the moderating. Find somebody else. Find somebody that actually wants to be a member of the community. Unlike her. She's awake and she's still active. Well, that's more credence that we should remove her as a... She's awake and everything and she's not even here. No, I think I do actually need to go through and do a bit of a cleanup of some of the old moderators. I mean, if you're not even going to be here to help with the moderating, then you probably don't need to be a moderator anymore. Did I get a shiny? No. No, we're halfway through the event. It's 7:30 now. We don't have a shiny. So I'm probably going to keep streaming until the end of this hour. And then probably wrap it up, guys, because I don't think there's much point streaming for the last hour if there's no shiny to be had. And it's an awkward time because it's like the middle of the night for a lot of the world. You know, people are sleeping and stuff like that. Yeah, she was the first moderator, but she doesn't pop in sometimes. I haven't seen her in months. So our definition of sometimes varies quite dramatically. Sometimes would be, you know, once every couple of weeks. But I can't even recall the last time I saw her in a stream. It was quite some time ago now. They forgot to put the shiny on. No, I think they're just not supposed to be boosted. It was just going to be an event where Clefairies are spawning, but they didn't emphasize whether they were going to be an increased shiny or not, and yeah. It's basically just an extended spotlight hour, but not a full spotlight hour because it's not only them spawning. Gianna does pop in less, hence why I said it might be worth going through the old moderators and removing some of the people that I don't see anymore. That was meaning more than just Emma. I was talking about everybody that's on the list that isn't, that I don't see much anymore, because there's a couple people. Give it to people, like give those roles to people that I see and are actually here and can help with the moderating. It would make more sense. Maybe reach out and see what she's up to. I could do that. She could also just message on the Discord server. I'm busy doing my stuff. She wants to be a moderator. She can puddle. Not even none of your friends got it till, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, they have not been boosted. Hope I'm having an amazing night. Thank you, James. It's been a good night. I mean, I like hanging out with you guys. Shiny-wise, it's been a bit average. But it's always fun chilling, chatting with you guys. I don't know, Lachlan. I'll figure it out, man. I will figure it out. Oh my god, I need a tissue. It's not all over my hand. It's gross. Alright, little Clefairy. You've got 25 minutes until I'm ready to probably wrap this one up. So, if you're going to be shiny, you're going to have to do it soon. I would laugh if we ended up pulling the shiny like we did on Clefairy Spotlight Hour and getting it in like the last minute. Do I like the Harry Potter movies? Never seen them. Never read the books, never watched the movies. Was never into Harry Potter. It came out when I was in my late teens, early 20s, like when they first started coming out. So it was just like, yeah, I wasn't in that part of... I wasn't into watching kids being wizards and stuff like that. I had other things that I was interested in. You know, but at that point in my life, I was into what every young guy seems to be into, like, you know, guns and cars and stuff like that. So that's when I was doing like mods for like Fallout and Far Cry and stuff. So everything was machine guns and stuff like that. So I wasn't watching wizards. The movies are great. I've had ample opportunities to watch them all. They've been all of them have been on Foxtel multiple times. Like, they have Harry Potter pop-up channels where they're playing all the movies and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I've never gravitated towards them. I feel I'm too old now. I do have a young nephew though, so once he gets old enough to watch them, I might watch them with him, sort of thing. But yeah, just personally, I've never been into the whole Harry Potter thing. You're more into Saw and GTA 5 back then. Yeah, like that sort of stuff. Did you hear that they've finally announced that they've started production on GTA 6? So in 7 years' time, we may get an update that they've started to actually put the game. And in 27 years' time, we may actually see it released. Nah, I grew up playing GTA. Stuff like that. Like, as a young child, I can still remember running the Hare Krishnas over in like the top, like the bird's eye view, old school GTA 2. That was cool. GTA 2 London. I miss that game. That game was awesome. Maybe you'll probably be 50 when it comes out. Yeah. Yeah, good old GTA. It'll take them a while. Rockstar's usually pretty good. Like, once they put a game into production, they can usually get them done fairly quickly. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see it in, say, 5 years or so. Like, that's still... It's 5 years, but for a AAA title to be like 5 years isn't really a long amount of time. And with the size of the games that like GTA and Red Dead Redemption and stuff like that are, like Rockstar are good at world building, so it'll be a huge world. Hey Vipper, how you doing? Welcome in, good to see you. GTA, sick game. Get out Grand Theft Auto. I've played them all to the point of ridiculousness. Like, back in the day, me and my mates used to rock San Andreas. Like, all the time. It's basically all we played. We'd just go life for life. I can still remember the cheat codes, like, for the weapons cheats in... I can't remember, like, them off the top of my head, but I still remember, like, the hand movements that I have to do to be able to get, like, the weapons cheats on PlayStation, PS2. And yeah, we used to go like life for life. So we'd arm up, we'd get ourselves, like, we'd just do the cheats, chuck in as many guns, and we'd just see how long we could live for. My mates used to hate it when it was my turn, because I'd always used to live for get like 5 or 6 star, 5 or 6 star, I can't remember now. Basically get the army onto you and then just steal a tank and then just go on a rampage and just be unstoppable. Do like the tank boost trick where you'd aim the cannon backwards and like shoot yourself along down the road, so you'd be like flying down the road in a tank at like 150 kilometers an hour, just smashing into everything and just causing, or putting like flying cars on. So if you did that in the tank, you'd launch yourself, like you'd be able to use the turret on the tank to actually fly through the sky, and you could like full fly in the tank. Oh, my mates would hate it if I got into the military base, because I'd run straight for the Apache, jump into the Apache, and then I'd be like, as soon as I got into the helicopter, I'd be unstoppable. Like 45 minutes later, they'd be like, dude, can you die so we can have a shot? I'd be like, no, I must kill everything. I was the best pilot in the helicopter as well. I could like fly sideways, like along the freeway. I'd just fly like sideways, just strafing everything. When will the event finish? It finishes at 9 p.m. your local time. So it starts at 6 p.m, goes until 9 p.m. Bugs in ass. A GTA 5 back then, you used to steal the army planes. You can jump the fence in the cars, yeah. Yeah, you used to be able to use the tunnel that went under the base, because there was the hill there. So if you just come flying at that hill, you just have to hit it perfectly, and you could sail straight over the fence. And then as soon as you got into you just have to drive as quickly as you could to the jet before you got shot to death. But then you had to either fly super low to the ground, because what I would do is I'd do that. I'd already have like full stars by the time I got into the military base. You'd do that, you'd jump into the jet, but then they'd have the SAM launches, so you'd have to fly like full low. So you'd fly, you'd come towards the fence, and you'd bunny hop over the fence and just keep like flying really low to the ground, so the SAM couldn't target you until you got far enough away from it, and then you'd take off properly. Miss Black Ops 2 days as fun. Yeah, Modern Warfare. That was the shiz back in the day. I was more of a Battlefield person though, when it came to like Call of Duty and Battlefield. I liked the open maps of Battlefield. Jumping in a jet or a helicopter or something like that, and just reaping havoc on the map. I love being a helicopter pilot on some of the maps in Battlefield, because you just fly super low to the ground and just hide behind trees and just pop up and just shoot everything, just duck back behind the trees. The trash talk was funny. Yeah, back in the days. Good old internet banter. Firo, if I remember correctly, was my first hundo Pokemon. Caught one randomly at PAX. Not bad, not great. Alright game, you're running out of time. We need to get a shiny soon, thank you. Yeah, back in the day, I had I had all the GTA, like this is back before GTA 5 came out. I had all the GTAs on the PC, but San Andreas, like I said, was always the best one. That was the one that we always used to rock back in the day. But on the PC, like you could mod it. So I modded every single car in that game. So it was like a real life car. So I had like Porsches, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, you name it, like any like modern day supercar and stuff like that. And I was at the point where I was just running out of cars to replace. So I was replacing tractors and stuff like that in the game with like supercars. So you'd be flying around the game in this supercar that would just sound like a tractor. So you'd be like potting along, but you're doing like 200 kilometers an hour and it just sounds like you're driving a tractor around. But I set it like drift tracks and everything, so you'd full like change the dynamics of like the handling of the cars, so you could full set up like drift cars, and I went nuts in that game, like modded it to the point that it wasn't even GTA anymore. It was just my own private playground of supercars and vehicles and stuff. It was so cool. Spent so much time doing it as well. Like I'm talking weeks and weeks just trolling the mod sites just to get cars. Just like, I want that car. What can I? And they have to get into the mod program, find the car that I wanted to replace, like go through the process of replacing it, and good times. You think Mewtwo was your first level 40 legendary? Yes, the event is September 10th from 6 until 9 p.m. your local time. Don't expect boosted shiny odds, those guys, because unfortunately, they are not boosted today. So I was thinking of wrapping it up in like 15 minutes-ish, given that there is another hour. I'll see how I'm feeling though. Once we get to that point, if I can go for the last hour, then we may as well. We've already gone this far. Hey, thank you for rememberizing, Giddy Bear. Thank you so much. How's it going so far? It's going. That's about as much. No shinies so far. Shiny odds are not boosted, unfortunately. So we're just catching, just having a chat, talking about old school games and stuff. You know, same. Typical streams. Ew. Smells like farts around here. Didn't smell like this before. Ugh. There's like a water treatment place next to me, so it's a bit stinky. We out eating Wobbuffet. Whoa. Be careful. I don't know if you need to be careful or not, but be careful. Why he went? Okay. Now I get it. For a second, I'm just like, wait, what? Okay, yeah, a buffet. Okay, now I get it. Straight over Jimmy's head. I'm sorry, the comedy did not work on me. I didn't get the joke. So full. All you can eat. I still remember like the old Pizza Hut. All you can eat, like $5. You'd walk in and you'd eat like 7 pizzas. I still remember specifically one time, because when I was growing up, there was a Pizza Hut like around the corner pretty much. And there was one time that I went there with one of my friends, and yeah, it was like $5 all you can eat, and I literally ate like a whole pizza, like 3 desserts, and I'm only like 6 or 7 years old sort of thing, but I've just eaten literally everything that I could. I may not ever come back to Pizza Hut again, so I have to eat everything. Got kicked out of that Pizza Hut for one of my birthdays as well. Not just me, like the whole group. Like, what birthday? It would have been probably my 6th or 7th birthday. Like, I was still very young at the time, but we got kicked out because there was a whole group of young boys mainly, like running around in the restaurant, like climbing up the walls in the bathroom and turning the lights off and just going mental as young boys do after eating a whole bunch of pizza and jelly and, you know, just sugar and all that sort of stuff. So we were quite non-ceremoniously asked to leave, and my mum was like the only mum there. Like, there was a whole bunch of dads there for like some of the other boys and stuff like that, and they're just sitting there just letting us run riot, and my mum's like pulling her hair out trying to keep like 6 or so, there's like 10 young boys in check as we're running around just causing havoc. Good times. There is no eggplant. Well, can you really call it a buffet? It wasn't all you can eat because there was no eggplant. Did I finish my team leaders? I got 1 left. 1 team leader left. I did Arlo earlier, hoping to get the shiny Charmander, which again I did not. But yeah, we're already 1 leader away now from leveling up. So it'll happen shortly. I'll do it on stream. Could probably do it tomorrow. It probably wouldn't be too hard tracking down some grunts tonight, just getting it done so I've got a rocket radar for tomorrow. And yeah, we could possibly do it during tomorrow's stream, the Deoxy raid stream. Honestly, I should have already done it by now. It's been one of those things where I've just been getting through it whenever it's happened. I haven't been aiming to get through it. But yeah, I figured if I don't focus on it, then it'll just happen when it happens. If I focus on it, then it's just going to be a tedious task. It's just like, how many more leaders do I have to battle now? My XP is at 33.5 million, or just over 33.5 million. So I'm pretty sure I've actually got enough XP that I don't need to worry about getting XP at all the way to level 50 now. It's just the tasks that I think I need to worry about, if I remember correctly. I can't actually remember how much XP you need for 50, but I think it was only like, 30 million or something like that, wasn't it? Till 45, okay. Wait, that's the next level. Wait, am I gonna need... No! You mean I'm actually gonna have to start caching stuff again? No! Yes. Nah, that's okay. It just actually means, like, it gives me a reason to actually have to start catching things again. So, hey, I can actually start stocking up on Stardust and all that stuff. Oh, the froggies are still awake. I'll put a link in the Discord. Nice, I'll check it out after. Yeah, I never really wanted to race through to level 50 once they release the levels, because I was always in the mind that it's like, if I do that, then it's going to leave me with nothing to do, and I'm just going to lose motivation to play the game. So it's like, if I don't rush through it, and I've always sort of got that goal just sitting there, then I'm always going to have a reason to keep like picking up the game and playing it. So yeah, that's why I haven't really tried to rush through it. At least that's what I've told myself. Really, it's just an excuse to be lazy. A 19% battery. Best I chuck my phone on the charger. This is... I need a third hand here. That's okay. It was just the battery charge. Hence is why I needed a third hand. Yeah, that's all muddy. That's what pants are for. Done. Chargerizing. You're going to stay at level 40 once you hit it. Unfortunately, you will automatically level up if you complete all the tasks, though, too. So eventually you might end up just leveling up, but good luck. See how long you can stay at level 40 for. See if you can permanently stay at level 40. Hey bro, you have Armored Mewtwo. I traded with someone yesterday and they gave me Armored Mewtwo from 2019. Nice. Well done. Well, congratulations on your Armored Mewtwo, I should say. Not well done. Yes, I do have Armored Mewtwo myself. I have a handful of Armored Mewtwo's. We have... 7. I have 7 Armored Mewtwo's. Do any of them actually have decent stats? That one's okay. I have one with okay stats. And I don't know. I look at this Armored Mewtwo and it just makes me think of the... If you guys have seen Predators, like the really bad Predator movie, like not the one that they released, Prey, the one before that. The suit at the end of it, it just makes me think of that. It's just like, that's not Mewtwo, that's a Predator. You went to 32 to 39 in 1 year and 2 months by raids and have 3 million done of 5 million. Yeah, raids make it so easy to level up these days in comparison. Like the amount of XP that you can get from raids with lucky eggs and stuff like that. Like back in the day when, like if you've been playing for as long as I have, you still remember like back in the day when the only way that we had to gather XP was catching Pokemon. Like that was it. The good old days. It's so bloody soggy around here. I'm walking on a sponge. You think you get through the next level pretty quickly, easily, but level 47 you need a lot of XP. Well, in comparison to the last level, this level I've gotten through like quickly. it's still taken me a while. Like, I could have gotten through it so much quicker if, like I said, I was aiming to get through it quicker. But I just did it at my own pace, sort of thing. Can we trade down the track after 30 days? Oh, sorry, yeah, Armin Mewtwo. You want an Armin Mewtwo down the track would need 30 days, friend, someone or more. No, I think you can trade them. I just think you need to be one, like, friendship level up to trade legendaries. I can't actually remember, because, yeah, it's been... I don't think I've ever traded a legendary, to be perfectly honest, because of how much it costs. But yeah, as I was saying, like, the cost for trading a legendary is very, very, very high. Oh, no, wait, I have traded legendaries, but ones that I've already had. If you trade one that you don't have, it's like 1 million Stardust or something like that. A play raid. Play raid, please? Oh, you mean you want me to do a raid? As in, for a second there, I was like, wait, am I being raided, or what's going on? I don't think there's any raids around at the moment. No, nothing that's worth doing. No, there's an Oranguru there, which I don't think anyone wants to do an Oranguru raid. And then, yeah, a tier 4, and I think either a tier 1 or a tier 2 egg. A tier 3, rather. A tier 1. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything that's worth raiding around here just quietly. There's nothing up there either. So sorry, Fardin. There won't be raids tonight, I don't think, but I will be doing another stream tomorrow for Deoxys, because we have a special raid day tomorrow. So from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. my time, I'll be streaming, walking around puddles. Yeah, so if you hit the notification button, like subscribe and notification button, you'll get a notification when I go live tomorrow, and I'll be hosting raids sort of for 3 hours plus then. Big fan in another country. Well, thank you, dude. Much appreciated. Always enjoy meeting the people that like my content. So thank you for coming in and introducing yourself and such. Oh, you need to be Ultra Friends? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I can't remember the exact things for the trading, because I don't really trade that often. Especially like legendaries and stuff. Uh, 30 days then. Okay, 80k, so not that much. I mean, 80k is still a lot of Stardust, depending. You know, for a lower level player that doesn't have a lot of Stardust, $80,000 can still be fairly pricey. I'll happily drop 80,000 Stardust into a Pokemon just because I want to power it up because it looks cool. Okay, 80k for and 1 million. Yeah, I knew it was 1 million at some point. I just didn't know which friendship level. You got to be fairly keen to trade for 1 million Stardust. That's all I can say. That's a lot of Stardust to spend on one trade. Low-key want to do a Go Fest with me one day. Well, you're more than welcome, dude. I can't promise where I'm going to be for any future Go Fests, but yeah, you guys are always more than welcome to come out and, you know, do meetups and stuff. You sit around 100k Stardust and you're around 200k, but have 10 Pokemon to 2. Yeah, so the reason why I've got so much Stardust now, and I mean, even when I say so much, I mean, in comparison to other people, it's not a lot, but the 17 million Stardust that I do have, that's just from saving it back in the day. Like when everybody, back when the game first came out and was defending gyms and everything, people were powering up their Snorlaxes and their Dragonites and stuff like that so they could defend gyms. And I was like, nah, I just didn't spend that Stardust. And that's why I've got so much of it now, because it's, yeah, I didn't waste it back in the days powering up stuff that I didn't need to. And all those people regret it now. Like, I know so many people that regret spending the millions of Stardust that they did powering up their Snorlaxes and all that sort of stuff, because these days, they're useless. You put them in a gym and the higher the CP, the quicker it degrades, sort of thing. So you're better off putting lower Pokemon in gyms. So yeah, these days, if I put Blissies and stuff into gyms, I try and put ones that are under 1000 CP in, because then their CP doesn't go down. It'd have to be warm. Your shoulder has dislocated 9 times and you can't be out in the cold, which sucks. Yeah, dude, like, I can imagine how much that would suck. I haven't dislocated like anything. I did break my elbow, but yeah, I have bad joints, like just knees, like genetically I have bad knees. So the cold weather, yeah, I know what it's like, dude. Cold weather is not a fan. Well, I'm not a fan. Cold weather doesn't like me. No, I don't like cold weather. I can wake up in the... I haven't had it so bad this year, because I think, because I've been working out and stuff like that, I've strengthened my knees a bit this year. But in previous years, it'd get to this time of year, and in the middle of the night, I would seriously wake up because I'd feel like somebody had kneecapped me while I was sleeping, because my knees would just seize up, and I'd move while I was sleeping, and yeah, just having a seized knee and you're trying to move it. It literally feels like somebody has just smashed in the kneecap with a hammer as hard as they can. Not a pleasant feeling. Literally wake up screaming in agony because you're just like, ah, my knee. It's the worst feeling. Yeah, and over the last week or so, I've had a really bad shoulder as well, because doing the workouts, I've been doing these renegade row things, where I'm basically having to get into like a sit-up position, but I'm lifting dumbbells. And yeah, after doing them for like a week and a half, I've pinched something in my shoulder, and every time I go down and I put weight into my shoulder, like when I'm lifting up the other side, like, yeah, my shoulder's like pinching really badly, and I'm getting like really bad pain in my shoulder, which isn't pleasant. I almost face planted on the other day doing it, because I had that much pain in my shoulder, like I wasn't expecting it, and I've put all my weight into my shoulder, and it's basically like buckled underneath me, and I've almost like face planted into the weight. So it's just like, oh, don't want to do that and full knock my teeth out and break my nose and stuff. It's all worth it. No pain, no gain. In the beginning of the gyms in 2019, people would put so many Blissies that it was hard to defend. Yeah, it was good when they decided that you could only put one of each species in the gym, because when you would stack it with like 10 Blissies or 10 Snorlaxes or something like that, and then just sit there and just bury them, they were impossible to get down. I used to hate having to battle gyms like that back in the day. Loris, how you doing? No, unfortunately we don't have a shiny. We're into the last hour now, so we've got 50 minutes left. But yeah, they haven't boosted the shinies tonight, which is, yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. So they're not Comday odds, they're not even GoFest odds, they're full odds like a Spotlight Hour, unfortunately. And as you can see, we're not even getting a lot of the Clefairy spawning at the moment. We're getting a whole bunch of other stuff. A whole bunch of Pikachus. Hey Daniel. No, as you can see, dude. Sorry, as I was just saying. No shiny yet, unfortunately. You have horrible memories of jerks in your area with 10 blissies. They'd kick you out, so you would only have time to spin once. Yeah, and 10 coins. Yeah. Yeah, it was good, because at least around here, like back when the gym system first started like that, when they introduced the new gym system and you could like stack it up with 10 blissies and so on, that was around the time when we started getting together as a group, so we sort of formed some sort of gym etiquette. So we made it that people wouldn't stack gyms like that, and it made it good. It made it that everybody could get into the gyms and everybody could get their coins. And we made it that, you know, people would only kick, like, we'd look at the times and you'd only kick somebody out of the gym if they'd already been in it for like 8 hours or something like that, so they could get their coins out of it. Yeah, we had a really good system here for a long period of time when it was sort of like a small community. We were all working together. And then it just sort of grew a little bit, and a lot of out-of-towners sort of started coming in and ruining it for everybody. Goddamn out-of-towners. But yeah, there's none of that these days, unfortunately. That etiquette is long gone. You got one, then gave up. You got into a food coma. Well, at least you got one shiny. Nice, well done. It's good to see that they are at least popping for some people. Like I showed at the start of the stream, I'm not too worried if I don't get the shiny, because I do have 4 already, including the Clefairy, so we have a full shiny family. And also, like I said at the start of the stream, we could still clutch this. We did it during Clefairy Spotlight Hour. We got the shiny Clefairy in the last minute. It was 5:59 p.m. and I pulled the shiny. So we can do it again. You gotta push it all the way to the last. I was gonna finish streaming by now, but there's only 45 minutes left, so we may as well keep going all the way to the end. I've warmed up now. I was just cold before. I've been walking around for a few hours, so I've acclimatized. Are you gonna head off for the night now, James? No worries, dude. Have a good night, dude. Enjoy. Oh, and the footy started. Who's winning? Fremantle or Collingwood? I'm so disappointed that the Dogs aren't playing right now. Should be Bulldogs, Collingwood playing. Damn it. I can tell you right now that if the Dogs were playing, I wouldn't have streamed tonight. I would have streamed for the first part of it, but I definitely would have been at home right now watching the footy. You'll be back tomorrow for the raids, 2 to 5? Yes, 2 to 5. Thank you, Miss Murder. Much appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow for some raids. Okay, give me a second, guys, because I just need to have a quick check. Oh, Collingwood smashing Fremantle. Haha, cop at Fremantle. Again, I feel bad that I have to barrack for Collingwood, but I'm not going for Fremantle. Like, nah, not after last week. Go Collingwood. But Collingwood has to play Geelong, so it's not going to be a Geelong-Collingwood grand final. So it's going to be either Geelong, Sydney. Yeah, I'd say it'll be a Geelong-Sydney grand final, just quietly. So Brisbane's playing pretty good as well, but I think Sydney's a bit more in form than Brisbane. Even though Brisbane I was not expecting Brisbane to win last night against Melbourne. That was really surprising. To come from 5 goals down. Pretty much essentially did to Melbourne what Fremantle did to the Bulldogs last week. Just came from out of nowhere and won. Bye! Have a good night. $5 goals? Wow, yeah. Yeah, last week, the Dogs playing Fremantle, we were up by 41 freaking points, and they ended up beating us we just stopped in the second half, and they just came out and they kicked, it was 12 of the next 13 goals or something like that for the game. And yeah, they ended up like just running over us. And then yeah, last night, Brisbane, Melbourne. Melbourne was 27 points up or 28 points or something like that up. And yeah, Brisbane ended up coming back and winning, which was surprising. In Melbourne as well, which was, Brisbane hasn't won at the MCG since 2014. So they broke their hoodoo and built Melbourne, who were the reigning premiers. So both grand finalists are now out, because it was Bulldogs Melbourne that played in the grand final last year. So the reigning premiers and the premiership, well, both premiership teams are out. So it'll be a new premiership cup holder this year. But my money is on Geelong. Geelong's probably in the best form out of any team. So everybody that doesn't have any idea of what AFL football is, sorry. Probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Where are the Clefairies? They seem to be disappearing. It's like, because there is not as many as there should be. That would have been a nice shiny. Alright, I'm back at the car again, pretty much. So we've got 45 minutes left, so I may as well just keep going until the actual end of the event. I was going to wrap it up now, but I figure we may as well just keep going. I'm the only person down here. I'm the crazy person walking around in the dark looking for Pokemon. One more time around. I can probably get around in 45 minutes if I don't stop. Like, it's only a 2-kilometer trail. So we'll get my steps in. I've already done 4 kilometers. Let's do 6. Yeah, should be able to hatch this egg before we finish. Only 2K used to do that in 20 minutes of school. Of course, you're in your teens. Yeah, it's not so much the distance. Like, the distance isn't an issue. It's just, usually when I'm playing the game, I have a tendency of stopping every 2 seconds. Like, especially if I'm like raiding or like during a comm day or something like that, I'm always stopping. So sometimes doing just a 2 kilometer walk around here can take me an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'll literally be walking at like 1 kilometer an hour. Why not? In honor of tonight. Oh, helps if I actually spell it right. I'm like, why aren't they coming up? Alright, put Clefairy in there. There we go. Then it makes it look like I actually got one. Does anybody want a Wobbuffet raid? Best raid boss ever. Ew. I really need to... I have a sodgy part on my jeans where I've been wiping my stuff. That's gross. I really need to wash my pants now. I need a tissue. I shouldn't be using my pants as... I wouldn't be surprised if this raid hatches into an unknown. Where are the Clefairies? I feel like we should be getting more Clefairies than this. Yeah, there's a 75% chance of being an unknown. Except you don't... No, they can't be shiny, unfortunately. Which is really dumb. They put them into raids knowing that people are going to want to do them, given that they want the shiny. But then they sort of secretly don't announce that they're not available as a shiny, so people waste money doing things that aren't going to be a shiny before they realize. Like, I did 2 or 3 raids before someone told me, they're not shiny. And I'm like, oh, really? But I'm sure I read that they were shiny. But no, the way that they worded it in the vlog is like everything else around it could be a possible shiny. And you just have the assumption that that is also going to be available as a shiny, but they don't state whether or like yes or no. Yeah, it's a bit dirty. Yeah, and I don't know why they keep turning it on and off, like the shiny unknown. Like, it's available during like Go Fest and stuff like that, but then when they put it into raids, it's only sometimes available. And because they turn it on and off, like I said, they confuse you and you never know when it is actually going to be a shiny. So they can catch people out and have people spending money when it's not available. They do the graphics for the raids now. They always indicate it's a shiny puzzle. Yeah, but you got to look at the actual stars next to it. Like I said, it's easily missed. Like the way that they do it, like the infographics and stuff like that, it's easily missed whether or not it's available as a shiny. Especially, like I said, if they put it in a cluster of other stuff that is available as a shiny, you're sort of looking at everything else and you're like, oh yeah, that's a shiny. And you sort of, like, a lot of people just assume that that's also going to be a shiny. I don't know, I'm just making excuses for my... That's why I thought it was a shiny, just because I can't look at pictures properly, apparently. I don't see all the details in the pictures. I'm picture illiterate. I'm illiterate. I'm perfectly good at reading and writing, but when it comes to pictures, God, I don't know what's going on. Come on, little Clefairy. Funny man. I try. I do try. Oh, I'm starting to feel the cold again now, though. But you can tell it's getting late down here because, I mean, even the traffic has died off. There's like one car went past and now it's just silence. Which is really good. Like, during the pandemic, that was one thing that I liked about coming down here, just because everything was so quiet that you could come down here in the middle of the day and walk down here and there'd be like no traffic or anything. It was just quiet as, no other people around, no traffic. And my excuse was, I'm out working. That's why I'm out and about, because I'm out work, I'm streaming or something, so technically I'm working, so I'm allowed to be out and about. I'm Blair Witching it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. There we go, that's Blair Witching. I had to go stand in a corner somewhere as well. You're back, you had to fight a robot. Did you at least win? I mean, what's the point of fighting a robot if you're not going to win? Was it like them rock'em sock'em robots? Was it a Roomba? Have you seen the videos of like the cats having a punch on? Like, and the Roomba comes up to them, and the other cat just pushes it away with its leg as it's like full iron off this other cat. It's so funny. Just out of nowhere, this thing, the vacuum comes out, and the cat's just like, not now, I'm busy, and just pushes it away. It's such a funny video. Any shiny luck? Unfortunately, no. We've got half an hour left. The shiny odds have not been boosted today, so expect full odds when you're doing your event. So we've still got half an hour, but it's not looking likely at this point, unfortunately. I surrendered and it went to your feet. Oh, there's the videos of the like the Roombas getting around, and they've run over some pet excrement, and they've just started tracking that around the house. So somebody's come home and they've walked into their house and there's just dog poo just smeared all over the floor, like all over the house, where this this Roomba's been going around. That would be the worst. Like, that would just be the straight up worst. It's like, it's not just in one spot, it's been smeared like everywhere. Painting the house brown. No, I dislike my cat, because my cat, he's done it multiple times now. He's shit on my bed. I hate him when he does that. He's shit on all the beds in the house, though, not just mine, but he's done mine twice. And he's also shit on my floor next to my bed, so that was just fantastic. Last time, it was only like a few weeks ago, I had a migraine headache. I felt like crap, so I got up and I went to have a shower, and I'm in the shower and I could hear him meowing, and he was meowing in his sort of, I need attention now sort of meowing, and I'm just like, well, there's nothing I can do. I'm in the shower. You're just going to have to wait. And by the time I got out of the shower, it was too late. At least it was only on the floor. But he still got rudely kicked. Not hard, just enough to let him know that I didn't like that. It was just a friendly little just nudge with my foot, just like, what are you doing? Did you poop on my floor? Stupid cat. Is he old? Yes, he is. He's pretty old these days. He never would have done it back when he was younger. But he's a very old cat these days. So sometimes when he's got to go, he's just got to go. Probably issues, yeah. No, he's got a few issues. Like because he's got white skin or pink skin, because he's a white cat for the most part. And he loves sitting in the sun. He's got like cancers on his nose. He's had to have his ears lopped off because he kept getting cancer on his ears. And there's no way of keeping him inside. Like, you try and keep him inside and he just screeches at the top of his lungs at you, like meowing just incessantly. And not just friendly little meows, meows, like we're talking meow. no! Like, he just screams at the top of his lungs until you finally give in to him. You can't put, like, sunscreen or anything on his ears because he just licks it off. He's a very self-doing, like, yeah, he marches to the beat of his own drum, basically. Like, there's no making him do stuff. He just does his own thing. Your cat is 15 now and has to have a little bit of laxative because he's an old man. Yeah, you don't need to give our cat laxatives. He happily shits, but it's usually on, like I said, on the bed or something. No, he's pretty good. Like, he meows at the door when you got to let him out and stuff. It's only those unfortunate times when he gets left inside or something like that, or just an opportune bad timing sort of thing. Like I said, last time he would have been let out. It's just that it was bad timing that I just happened to get up and get into the shower when I did, and I just couldn't get to him sort of thing. And he couldn't wait that 5 minutes until I was out of the shower. The first time he did it though, like the first time he crapped on my bed, I did chase him with it. I ran around the house chasing him with a doona cover covered in cat feces. I was going to throw it on him. That was my intention. I was just like, mate, I'm catching you. You crapped on my bed. You're wearing this. So I chased him around the house trying to throw poo. But then I didn't really think about that like too well, because I was just like, I didn't think about what would happen after I did actually catch him and then throw it on him. I was just like, then I would have had to have cleaned him. So I was just like, probably shouldn't have done that. I didn't catch him, luckily. You don't have an emergency. He's never been toilet trained, like litter trained sort of thing. Because he was a feral cat when we got him originally. We think somebody just dumped him up near our place because, like, we live, like I said, fairly country. So we think somebody's just driven up the hill and just dumped him. And he moved onto our property, like he was just living on the property. And when we had our old dog, which was a pit bull, they didn't get along so well. But he was just lucky that our dog was sort of old, because he did get him one time because the cat used to, like, taunt the dog because he knew that the dog was old. But the dog got him one day and gave him a good chomp. But like I said, lucky the dog was old, so it didn't like chomp him properly, because he would have died. But then once my the dog died, he sort of moved in, like properly, and started coming in, like living in the house and stuff like that. And yeah, just sort of went from there. So he was never actually toilet trained. Tammy, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome. And Jordan, how you doing, dude? Welcome in. Good to see you, man. They do that, just move in. Yeah, we've had a couple of cats do it. We had he's a male cat, so that wasn't so bad. But we've had a female cat that moved in like a few years, like it was more than a few years back. It was back before this cat moved in. So it probably would have been, 10 plus years ago now. But she was a little ginger cat, and we were tolerating letting her live there for a while, but then she had a litter of kittens, and it was just like, all right, well, we're going to have to do something. Like, we have to get like somebody to come and take her away, just because you can't have a stray cat living on the property that's giving birth to kittens and stuff like that. So yeah. Hey Archie, how you doing, dude? Welcome. Good to see you, man. It's been a while. Good to see me too. No. Well, you guys can actually see. I can't really see you guys, so technically, I'm just. How would I say? I don't see you guys. I just read your messages. So, how do we describe that? Good to hear from you guys. It's probably a better way of putting it. Yeah, I suppose. I'm still seeing your messages, so... I should be battling them, given that I only need 6 more until we have our last rocket radar, but I'll do that later. Alright, 25 minutes left, guys. Let's see how we go. Can we clutch this shiny? What do you reckon? What do we think? Are we going to go against all odds here and magically pull this shiny, or is it just going to be a flop? I'm leaning towards a flop, just quietly. Just quietly. No worries, Tammy. Oh, God. Keep stepping in puddles. It shouldn't be too far. 400 meters. What do we think we're getting from that? It could be anything, being a 5k egg. I don't even know what's in 5k eggs these days, so it quite literally could be anything. Hey Debbie, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. If you guys haven't already, be sure to go and check out Debbie Pebble. She's another wonderful Aussie Pokemon Go creator. Does a lot of Twitch streaming for PvP and stuff like that. So, and she also uploads videos onto YouTube, so yeah, be sure to go and check her out. Where is the Clef? The Clef is not here. Unfortunately, yeah, it's been a bit hit and miss tonight. Especially, like, as soon as you seem to walk away from the Pokestops, the spawns become very few and far between, unfortunately. There are some Clefs, but there's less than expected, yeah. Yeah, like I said, as soon as you walk away from the Pokestops, it seems that it's a little bit average. Which, I mean, it doesn't really lend well to the exploring aspect of the game. If they want you to just stick to Pokestops, I mean, you're usually going to be in an area where you know, so you're just going to be sticking to the same Pokestops that you're always on. I think they need to do more things in the game to make you want to actually explore an area that you haven't been in before, or something like that. Like, reward the players for actually getting out of their comfort zone and maybe, you know, walking to that extra Pokestop that they don't go to, or... hey! Shiny Venipede! I'll take that! I needed that. That is a shiny that I will definitely take over a shiny Clefairy. We're going home with something, guys. That is nice to see. We have our Venipede. It's our second Venipede. So we can actually do an evolution. That is a nice little score. It's not your day, Venny. Little Venipede. The stats are terrible, but that's okay. We actually have 2 of these now. So we got one of them during the bug event. That's a winner. That's definitely a winner. With 20 minutes left of the event, I will definitely take that home with me. Let's see if we can get ourselves the little Clefairy as well. We'll chuck some shiny vibes into the chat. Since we got the shiny, good old shiny vibes. I gotta love it. You've gotta love those unexpected shinies. The unexpected ones are always the best. Get those off-brand shinies during a comm day, or, you know, during an event like this. It's always just extra special. And it's even more special when it's a shiny that you actually need. Let's go. Oh, it's good. It means, like I said, we're going home with something. It means that my 3 hours of wandering around in the cold and the dark haven't been for nothing. Yes. Winning. both of them. Pretty sure the other one is better. Not much. Slightly. Yep. Guess I can do an evolution if I really wanted to. Hey, Kitty Bear, thank you for the donation. Congrats on the sparkles. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. No, like I said, it just makes me feel that it was worth doing this last hour, because I mean, I was going to wrap it up an hour early, because I was like, what's the point of staying out for the whole 3 hours if they're not shiny boosted? And the game's rewarded me for my effort. This is like, oh, you decided to stay out for this last hour, so here you go, you can have something. Yes, shiny time! Bam, bam, bam! It makes me feel like I accomplished something tonight. Hasn't all been for noughts. No, and I enjoy getting the shinies on stream for you guys, because it's like, you guys have put in the effort of like watching the stream as well. I feel like it's a reward for you guys, you know? You actually get to see the shiny that you've been hoping to see, or at least a shiny. Not necessarily the one we've been hunting. Reward for the extra 2K, exactly. Not only did I get that little bit of extra fitness, get those extra steps in, get the shiny. Still smells like farts over here though, unfortunately. No shiny, bro. Not a shiny Clefairy. We did just get ourselves a shiny Venipede. Like literally like 2 minutes ago. But that's our only shiny for the day so far. You agree 100%? Yeah. Yeah, it makes up for it, like, in the end. Oh, you're saying that you didn't get a shiny? No, we don't have a shiny Clefairy tonight, unfortunately. And if you also didn't get one, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear. There's still time. We still have a little over 15 minutes left to try and get ourselves a shiny Clefairy. And as I've... Exactly, Patricia. And as I keep saying, we have clutched a shiny Clefairy before. During Clefairy Spotlight Hour, we got it in the last minute. 5:59 p.m. is when we got the shiny. So we can do it. I've done it multiple times as well. I've got a shiny in like the last couple of minutes of a Spotlight Hour, like 2 or 3 times. I did it for Clefairy. I did it for Horsey. And I think there was another one. I can't remember the other one though. Ooh, then I'll take that. Yeah, I guess that's... I think I had better. Not bad candy though. Actually, I might wait until we spin and we pick up a neck just in case it's a 2. You get a shiny Clefairy in 3 minutes. We'll see. We'll see. The shiny gods there. They're popping tonight, so we'll see if they're being generous. Yes, Santosh. Really, we got the shiny, or a shiny. At Go Fest 2019 in Chicago, you got a clutch shiny horsey. You were running around like mad, checking them all. Or walking around as quickly as you could. Walking, running, I mean, they're the same thing, sort of. You actually burn more calories walking, so, you know, you're being more health conscious by walking around. You got it with the very last chance to tap. It's always an awesome feeling when you get them in like that last minute or like that last check or something like that. You're just like, dude, seriously? Yeah, I've had it happen during sort of a couple of other events as well, not Spotlight Hours, just other events in general. where I've been heading home or something like that, given up for the day, just being like, well, it doesn't look like I'm getting the shiny. Collect like one last set of research tasks or something on the way home and collect them and get the shiny out of it, and just like, well, I've been out here all day hunting this thing. Go to a new place. I'm walking legitimately, so I can't go to a new place. And there's only 15 minutes left of the event, so there's no point going to a new place. By the time I get there, the event will be over. And I'm just not on any stops at the moment. All the stops are over on that part of the trail. I'm just walking around the back part of the trail. There's just nothing along here to turn into a Pokestop, unfortunately. That's why you don't get any stops along here. The spawns are usually pretty good though. Not so much today, unfortunately. Like I said earlier, it's better during like a comm day or a spotlight hour or something like that, just because all these other spawns are usually the featured Pokemon, not these other spawns. So there's a lot more of the featured Pokemon that's usually spawning today. Yeah, it's been a bit average. For those of you who don't know, that's when Horsey Shiny was released. Yeah, it's always nice getting those new shinies. Nice and clutch. I think I got it. I can't actually remember when I got my first shiny Horsey. I think it was that event as well, but I don't think it was that clutch. Oh my god, these bloody puddles every time. Ah! My white shoes are all muddy. That's okay. They needed to clean anyway. Probably time to buy new shoes. I mean, I don't need new. Oh my god, these are really muddy. These do need to clean. God damn it. They are really muddy. That's not good. Yeah, it's sort of at the point where these white shoes are past the point where I'm worrying about them so much that, you know that point with white shoes, you can keep them clean for a certain amount of time, but then you just get to that point where it's just like, oh well, I tried. There's no point trying anymore. Your phone battery died before the last hour of GoFest last year. Oh, sorry, this year. Dude, that's harsh. That's why you should always keep a battery pack with you. But saying that, it's just like, yeah. Usually when I'm running two phones and I'm streaming, like one of those GoFest days or a tour day or something like that, because it's like an 8 to 12 hour day, like walking around streaming and stuff like that, the phone can get a bit flat, and if it's a hot day, I have to like juggle the charger, and sometimes it cannot be charging because it's too hot, so you need to sort of pick the times when you're going to charge. It's a hard life sometimes being a Pokemon trainer, dealing with the harsh realities of needing a charger all the time. You're from India? Nice. We do get a lot of people coming in from India, especially around these times, like these streams, because it's sort of the middle of the day for you guys. It's like best time zone. You guys have the easiest time getting in here. A lot of Europe, it's sort of early afternoon or early morning. America, it's like middle of the freaking night or early morning. This event is freaky. Why so, Neo? Why is it freaky? You scared? Or like just because it's nighttime? Or it's freaky because Clefairy is just a freaky looking Pokemon? Or... Jimmy, I choose you. Well, thank you, Arceus. Much appreciated. I mean, you had your choice of Pokemon YouTubers that you could choose from, but you happened to choose me, so thank you. Much appreciated. What do they say on planes? We know that you had your choice of like airlines that you could have chosen to fly with today, but you chose to fly with us, so thank you. It's sort of the same thing. You're welcome, though. Now, as I say all the time, guys, I appreciate all you guys hanging in the chats and watching the streams and all that sort of stuff, and the kind words and the support and the memberships and the donations and, you know, just all that stuff. I appreciate it immensely, guys. Thank you, thank you. Because sometimes you do this stuff and you don't know whether or not you're actually going to be successful at it, or, you know, people like watching your content and all that sort of stuff. So it's just, you know, the kind words and that, you know, people are like, you're a great YouTuber, I really like your content, or all that sort of stuff. It goes a long way. I mean, it may not seem like a lot, but it does. It goes a long way to helping with a lot of things. PUBG, unfortunately, there's no raids going on at the moment, dude. One unknown raid there, but they're not shiny, so we'll just not even acknowledge that. And there's no other raids around at the moment. I will be hosting raids tomorrow, though, because tomorrow is a Deoxys raid day. So from 2 p.m. my local time until 5 p.m. at least, we'll be hosting raids. So be sure to hit the notification button and everything, guys, so you know when I go live tomorrow if you would like to participate in some raids. Best way to get a notification is, like I said, to hit that notification. Hit the thumbs up and the bell. Typical YouTuber jargon. No boosted rates. Unfortunately, no, Neo. So no boosted rates like a com day or anything like that. You could basically call this a spotlight hour, but instead of it being an hour, it's 3 hours. And there is more things than just Clefairy spawning. So full odd shiny and not the only thing that's spawning. Arceus would come to your house at 3 a.m. if you don't subscribe. Some people might like that, though. Getting visited by the Pokemon god at 3 a.m. Like, Jesus, is that you? Did you bring me a sandwich? Can you imagine just waking up at 3 a.m. and you just got Arceus standing over your bed? Why haven't you subscribed to Jimmy yet? PP. I haven't had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich since I was like 5 or something like that. I'm pretty sure my nephew had his first one like a few weeks back. Like, we made him his first one for lunch. He enjoyed it. He was a big fan of the PB&J. And I'll use judgment. Just standing over them in the middle of the night. I'm judging you. You do that to your brother. Brothers. Oh, God. I don't have one. But I grew up with a sister, so I never had to put up with anything like that. But I can only imagine what it'd be like just waking up in the middle of the night and just finding your brother just standing there, just staring at you, just like, oh, what are you doing? Watching you sleep. It amuses me. Drawing on their face or something, putting their hands in like a glass of warm water so they pee the bed. You miss PP&J, you can't have a peanut butter. Why? Why can't you have peanut butter anymore? It's just not healthy enough, or... Because peanut butter can be fairly unhealthy. Given that it's basically just oil. Oil, peanut-flavored oil. It tries to... Are you allergic to peanuts? Were you one of those people that developed a peanut allergy later in life? That would suck. Like, I'm lucky enough not to have any food allergies like that. Like, I think I've got a minor food allergy to, like, I don't know if it's bread or, but sometimes if I eat bread, the back of my throat, like, sort of at the roof of my mouth will swell up a little bit. It just gets, it's hard to explain. Basically, it's just like I take a bite into bread, and sort of after that first mouthful, it's like just the top of my mouth sort of tightens up and gets really stingy. And then I sort of just got to give it a few minutes and it passes, and then I can just eat and I don't have issues with it again. But it doesn't happen all the time. Just every now and again, sort of, yeah, I'll just bite into a sandwich and then I'm just like, oh, I have to stop because my mouth is just like, oh, this really hurts. Okay, now I'm fine. I'll just eat again. Peanuts have lots of protein. They're a pea, not a nut. They're actually a legume. A legume! No, you just beat him up with a lightsaber. Oh, brothers. That brotherly love. Peas are legume. Yeah. I was just being technical, okay? Just giving the scientific name. Good old legumes. Oh, you play with PG Sharp? I do know a lot of people that use the PG Sharp. Just be careful using that stuff these days, because they have been doing a lot of ban waves and stuff like that. But if you're willing to risk your account and everything to play that way, then have at it. Like I said, I don't judge people for playing the game however they want to play it. As long as you're not harassing other people doing it, then yeah, play however you see fit, guys. But yeah, just like I said, be aware that there are risks that you run doing that sort of stuff, and yeah. That's all. Hey Tommy, how you doing? Welcome. It has been a while. How have you been, dude? Oh, we got 3 minutes left, guys. We're in the last 3. This is the clutch time. Oh, and that's a puddle. Missed it. I suppose we'll catch this. Why not? It's a wild swift tree. Okay, I've missed the other puddles. I'm just trying to figure out where I am on the trail. I think I've passed all the puddles now. Anyone give you a legendary Pokemon? Unfortunately, you can't do distance trades in Pokemon Go, so you would have to organize a trade with somebody and travel to them and all that sort of stuff. You are welcome to jump onto the Discord server if you would like and try and organize trades through there. You can also share your friend codes and everything on the Discord server, guys, if you would like to. Thank you, Patricia. The link should pop up in a second, guys. If the bot is working, that is. It should be. There we go. 2 minutes. 2 minute clutch time. Oh, no, it's 1 minute. We're in the last minute. If we're going to get the shiny, this is when it's going to happen, guys. This is what we've been waiting for, the very last minute of the whole stream. For the question marks on the September schedule, is it, yes, more than likely, Tommy. Given that we've just got Cosmog from the special research that they gave us to start off the season, it would make sense that the two mystery legendaries will be Solgaleo and Lunala. It's pretty much all but being confirmed at this point. Oh, you're supposed to have green ears. Oh, this is supposed to be the last few minutes. We're supposed to be getting only Clefairy spawns here. And that's 9. Unfortunately, guys, that is it. We did not get the shiny Clefairy. But we did get a shiny. We got ourselves a shiny Venipede, so we're not going home empty-handed. Do I like spicy foods? Yeah. I am a fan of spicy foods. I always have been, like since I was younger, I've always enjoyed spicy food, and usually the spicier the better. Spicy food is good. What live stream am I going to do next? Tomorrow I'll be streaming for Deoxys. So we have a special raid day starting at 2 p.m, going till 5 p.m. local time. So yeah, I'll be streaming for that tomorrow. So if you guys are interested in getting in on some Deoxy raids, try and get your shinies, hundos, all of that good stuff, be sure to hit the notification button and subscribe button, all that sort of stuff, so you get a notification tomorrow when I start the stream. But yeah, it's significantly earlier than today, so hopefully it'll be a little bit better for some of the American audience and stuff like that. You guys hopefully won't have to be up at either 5 in the morning or 2 in the morning or something like that. Are we going to do Solgaleo and yes. So we'll definitely get raid hours for them when they drop them, but they're not until next week, sort of thing. So we need to wait until Deoxy's gone. I'm pretty sure the last day for that is Monday, and then on Wednesday, sorry, when we have raid hour, I'm pretty sure that's when it swaps over to the new raid boss, if I remember correctly. It might be the day before. I can't remember the exact date off the top of my head. Could probably just look it up. Yeah, so Deoxys until the 13th. So the 13th is, yeah, so Wednesday they Tuesday, sorry, they change over. Tomorrow's the 11th, Monday, Tuesday. So basically on Wednesday, which is raid hour day, that day is when the raids will actually change over to be, I'm not sure which one will be first, but I would assume that it'll be Solgaleo, given that it's Sun. So Sun will probably be first, then Lunala will be after, which will be Moon. September 13th at 10 a.m. Yes, thank you, Patricia. And I have an itty bitty spider hanging from. You guys, can you see him? Can you see him? Can you see him? He's an itty bitty little spider. It's just a blurry thing hanging in. There you go, little fella. Enjoy your new home. No, you can't come with me. You need to stay there. There you go. Just get off my phone. There we go. I think he's... There we go. There we go. Gave him a new home. The spikes... I forgot all about the spiders. It's been a while since we had the spiders hanging out with us on the streams. God, how many streams was that in a row? Like every stream for like 5 or 6 streams we had a pet spider. That's funny. I totally forgot about that. Am I going to do... Yeah, so like I said, when they come to their raid hours, so on Wednesday, I'm not sure which one it's going to be, but we'll definitely do a raid hour for it, and then the following week we'll do the raid hour for the other one, whichever one it happens to be. But like I said, it'll probably be Solgaleo first, and then Lunala. That would make sense. Do I have a shiny Fracture? I don't think I've got one on me, but I did have one, because I do have the whole shiny line for Axew. Yeah, so we got Haxorus and Axew, but I don't think I've actually evolved one of the... No, I only evolved the... But I did have it when I evolved the Haxorus. So I had one, but we evolved it. Thank you for the stream. Congrats again on the shiny. It's been nice to catch live at a decent time for me. Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry that the times are so bad for some of you guys. Hopefully tomorrow it'll be at a decent time as well for some of you guys being a bit earlier. But we are back in the car, which is good. It means I can grab a tissue finally. You need shiny Axew. I was really lucky. I got my first one from the Global Go Fest from a raid, and then the Go Fest that we just had, the last one. I got 2 more. So I ended up, basically the first Axew that I clicked on for the habitat that they were spawning in was a shiny. So I was like beautiful, and then yeah, we ended up with 2 that day. So I was able to finish my shiny family. So essentially, I don't actually need a com day for it now. It'll be nice, because I'll be able to get candy and everything for it, but we've at least finished the shiny line for it. You wish we could trade? Yeah, unfortunately, guys, there's no distance trades in Pokemon Go. I mean, maybe one day, like, hopefully we'll be able to meet up and do trades at some point, or they'll increase, like, they'll do an event or something like that where they'll allow global trades for, like, I don't know, a day or 2 or something like that. They have increased the trade distance before, but it was only to like 40 kilometers, I think. So essentially, I could trade from where I live with people in Melbourne, but that was about as far as you could go. Other than that, it was, yeah, no further distances. But it's about time. I mean, honestly, these days, the only reason why they made it that you couldn't distance trade is just so people couldn't trade the regionals, but we've had access to most of the regionals during other events now anyway, so I don't really see that being a good reason to stop distance trades from being in the game, because yeah, I already have that. Just trying to think, I think the only regionals that I don't have are Klefki and Pachirisu. They're the only 2 that I can think of off the top of my head that I don't have. I think I've got all the other ones. Are you subscribed to Miss Murder? Nice. Good on you, mate. One of the good ones. Everybody should do that. If you haven't already, guys, make sure you head over to Miss Murder's channel and give her a follow and all that sort of stuff as well, because she also hosts raids when they release the new raid bosses and all that sort of stuff. So definitely worth heading over there. And she also helps me out every week with the raids. So yeah, be a good person and go over there and show some support to her as well. Be sure to go and check out Debbie Pebble's channel as well. She jumped into the chat earlier. Like I said, she's another awesome Pokemon Go YouTuber / Twitch streamer from Australia. So definitely worth going and checking out if you're into Aussie Pokemon Go content. I have not accepted your gift. What was your in-game name again, Tommy? Sorry, man. I'll do it now before I wrap it up. I'm terrible when it comes to gifts. I'm sorry. I mean, even the members on the channel, it's like I should be sending them gifts every day, and I tend to not, because I'm terrible. Robo, no. I try to, but I do forget. Alrighty, there we go. Like it, like a rock. Still need to evolve myself. My dusk form, Lycanroc. A midnight form, rather, not dusk form. I do need it. I do have I've got multiple shiny Rockruffs now, don't I? Yes, because I hatched one. Yes. Yes, indeed. I definitely have to evolve one of them into one of my midnight form ones. Yes, I could do it right now if I wanted to. Yes. We'll save that. We'll do it on a stream some point in the future. Alrighty, guys. Well, I think on that note, given that we are done with our shiny hunting tonight, like I said, we didn't get the shiny Clefairy, but we did get ourselves a shiny of some description, a shiny Venipede, and that was a shiny that I actually needed. So definitely probably better than the Clefairy. So I'll call tonight a success. Going home with a nice little shiny. And yeah, that pretty much does us for tonight, guys. So thank you to everybody that joined in tonight for over the stream. Like I said earlier, anybody that checked to subscribe, a like. Make sure you do that on the way, guys. Hit the like button out. Smash it, gently caress it, give it a gentle pat on the head, whichever you'd like. Just do something with the like button and all of that good stuff. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow to host for Raid Day for Deoxys, starting from 2 p.m. my local time until 5 p.m. So if you want to get in on some Deoxys raids, be sure to come back in then. And until then, guys, enjoy your morning, evening, noon, or night. Stay safe, happy hunting, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. You too, Pro Treasure. Thank you for joining in. All right, guys, have a good one. Take it easy. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye. Actually, hang on. There we go. Got to chuck the buys into the chat. Better. All right, guys, have a good one. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.